Caden Townsend from Vanden High School is 2 for 2 today on the national anthem. Welcome inside the Golden One Center for the Sac Joaquin Section D3 Boys Basketball Championship matchup between the Sacramento Dragons and the Vanden Vikings, as the Vikings try to go for 3 straight section championships here at the Golden One Center alongside my broadcast partner, Davis Brandy. I'm Matthew Bissett. Davis, we'll talk about basketball in a second, but right now I think this is the game that a lot of people are most excited about. Sacramento, obviously one of the closest geographical teams to Golden One here. Vanden, the 2-time defending champion. These two teams are among the leaders. These two programs are among leaders in boys basketball for section championships in the history. Vanden, after 2 straight, have 9 championships in the history of the boys basketball program. Sacramento with 7. This environment promises to be electric throughout.
Yeah, and you said, Sacramento only about 10, 15 minutes away from the arena. Vanden, one of the best athletic departments and one of the best organizations, basically, in the section. Just sport by sport, they just pump out athletes. And it's remarkable to see. Sacramento just has a history. Matt Johnson leading in his first year as a head coach, and he's already brought him to the promised land.
Big moment for the Sacramento alma mater, Matt Johnson. He said, that's got to be such a remarkable feeling. He said, year 1, and it's been a golden one as we are in the Golden One Center.
Whoa. And
on the other side, you have one of the best coaches in the entire section, Michael Holloway. What he's done with this Vanden program, we saw it with the girls. They just won their 2nd straight section championship on the girls' side. His daughter actually scored 10 points in that game, and it is a full-on family affair at Vanden in this basketball program. It is really something remarkable to see, and they are one of the deepest teams in the section. They're going to have to be deep, though. They're without 2 key members, as they're missing Hassan Huff and Tyler Thompson tonight. Let's look at the bracket and how these teams have gotten here to the Golden One Center. Vanden, the 1 seed, they knocked off Casa Roble in the first round, and I refuse to call it Casa Roble, but it was 55-37 in that first round matchup. Then they knocked off East Union in a really close contest, beat East Union by 5. And then in the semifinals, a rematch of actually last year's championship game, Vanden defeated Central Catholic 56-49. And I was lucky enough to cover that game last year here at Golden One between those 2 schools. And that looks like it was a fantastic contest. Sacramento on the bottom side of the bracket, the 2 seed, beat El Dorado in the first round. I know you've been covering Sacramento throughout the year. Beat El Dorado by 8 in the first round. Christian Brothers, 3rd time they saw Christian Brothers this year, and it's hard to beat a team 3 times. Sacramento did it, but it was a close one, 65-62 over the Falcons. And then a relatively comfortable semifinal victory, 72-59 over the Placer Hillman in the semifinals for the Dragons. We talked about head coach Matt Johnson. He deems himself the father of Dragons. He posted on Facebook, and that was a pretty cool post.
That's the post of the year.
The father of Dragons in his first year back at his alma mater as a player. Matt won a section championship as a player for Sacramento back in 2005. Also made it to the section championship in 2003 as a sophomore. So he is a Dragon through and through, needless to say. On the Vanden side, Michael Holloway, like I said, he's a cerebral coach when you talk to him, but his kids play fiery basketball, and he is fun to watch, and it's fun to watch his guys operate. Let's give you the starters here. For Sacramento, we'll go first. Number 1, Bobby Hamilton. Number 2, Sir Marius Jones. Number 3, Mike Wilson, one of the few seniors on this roster for Sacramento. Landon Minifield, number 4. And number 5, I call him the manimal, Kendall Hearn, and he can absolutely fly around the court. A really good receiver on the football field as well. For Vanden, number 1, Luka Radovanovic. Number 3, Justice Wilson. Number 4, Sterling McClanahan, their senior guard. Number 10, Elijah Lewis. And number 22, Edric Dennis. Round out the starting 5 for Coach Holloway's guys. They are without Hassan Huff and Tyler Thompson, both dressed in street clothes here at the Golden One Center. Huff is on crutches, and that just breaks your heart to see that stuff. Not only because they're good players, but obviously that could impact the game. Sacramento is without one of their stars, Shabol Barksdale, but just for the first quarter. He's a suspension. He'll be out the first quarter, and then he'll be back on the floor for the second quarter. So it'll be interesting to see how they survive the minutes without their big man in the middle, Shabol Barksdale. early in this one because there's some big guys on the side of Vanden.
Yeah, it's good. Sacramento, they're across the board. They're not 6'7", but everyone's big. Mike Wilson is 6'3", and Kendall Hearn. They're all bigger guys at their position. Your typical basketball, team, you're going to have some 5'9" guys. Sacramento doesn't have that, so it's going to help out a little bit. Landon Minifield has stepped up big time later in the year because, without Barksdale sometimes, he's able to step it up. He's able to break the dry runs between Sacramento. So I think for a quarter it'll be fine. The problem is that it's so deep and so tall from Vanden. That's the problem. So you need Barksdale, and this is the game. Like we said,
this is the game. This is what you play all year for in hopes that you can possibly reach this point as we get set for the opening tap. It'll be Hearn and Dennis to tip it off at midcourt. And right at the Kings logo, Edric Dennis wins the opening tap back to McClanahan. Starting off is Justice Wilson with the basketball as Vanden gets in their first set of the game, and that's going to be a walk. Little shuffling of the feet there by Justice Wilson, the 5'10" senior.
Yeah, they were moving really fast, and at that moment he went a little bit too fast. His feet needed to catch up, and it's early in the game. You just can't cause those turnovers.
Here's Kendall Hearn in the corner. Sir Marius Jones, he'll line up a three, and he knocks it down. And Matt Johnson told us before the game his team is loose, and Sir Marius Jones looked loose on that one.
Oh, man, out the gun. When he's coming off the screen, he's going to let it fly. And the first half is probably the best Sir Marius Jones you'll see. He's dangerous.
13.4 points a game this year, and his scoring average as a sophomore has just climbed throughout. There's Wilson again. Looking to go right at Wilson, no relation. And there's going to be a foul on the pass. It's going to be on Mike Wilson or Bobby Hamilton.
Yeah, one of those.
It's going to be on Hamilton. So I think you're okay with that. If you had to go a foul on one of those two, probably don't want Wilson getting in early foul trouble. Wilson, the senior leader of this team, just under 14 points a game, 7 rebounds, 4.5 assists, darn near 3 steals, almost a block and a half. I mean, his senior numbers are just crazy for the Dragons.
Yeah, and it doesn't end. You think they're just a 2-point specialist.
Radovanovic down low, and both the defenders on that side kind of went out with the player coming off the screen, and Radovanovic slipped to the hoop, and a good feed down low, and that's the first bucket for the Vikings.
No, Barksdale, no problem for Luka, taking advantage with his wingspan.
Trying to go back door to Hamilton. Wilson, the ball is kicked by McClanahan. Shot clock reset. Just over a minute gone by in this championship contest. 3-2 Dragons on top. Minifield, he'll launch one from deep, and Minifield splashes a 3.
And you'll hear Coach Johnson saying Minifield's their secret weapon. I mentioned earlier just his ability to really come out of nowhere with all the attention on Wilson and Hearn.
McClanahan from the mid-range, no good. Minifield with the rebound. Dragons want to push, and the Dragons feel really comfortable with all this purple on the floor.
Whoa!
Sir Marius Jones knocks it down from deep. He was at the R in the Golden One Center. It's 9-2 early on and a quick timeout, Vanden.
Man, they give you that NBA line. That really is just a challenge. Sir Marius Jones, that's his specialty. He wants to expand. He wants to prove he belongs on the floor.
And that one was from deep. That was a couple feet beyond the three-point line, and his scoring average got up so much over the course of the year because he stepped inside the three-point line. That one, he took it from deep, and he's 2 for 2. Big moments here for the sophomore, Sir Marius Jones.
And it's really special just how he's gotten a lot more consistent over the year too. And again, he's just gotten the ball a lot more type of thing, and it's really special.
There's a gentleman about 10 rows in front of us reading a newspaper.
Man, you're that bored?
He doesn't know a basketball game's going on.
This guy just shot.
He went out for a walk and just stumbled into the Golden One Center. Hot start here from Sacramento, 9-2 early on. There's Radovanovic. Now Wilson wants to get to work.
I love the ball movement, just how fast they're playing right now.
Wilson, a little step back, deep 2. Catches front iron and then rims off, and that's 2 on Bobby Hamilton.
Yeah.
So that's going to bring a quick sub for Sacramento.
Taylor looking to check in. Bit of a youngster. He has a wide wingspan. He had to guard some really good defenders when other guys have been out. He's had to guard Miko Bear from El Dorado, and he's done really well. That wingspan really holds up for him. He's able to stay in their face, and it's a really good defender coming off the bench for them.
So McClanahan misses the first free throw. Or excuse me, Wilson misses the first free throw, and now Justice's second shot goes in.
We've seen that today at Golden Wine. The free throws are really the key. That's what makes people keep themselves in games and sometimes even win games.
Yeah, couldn't make or break in a close one here at Golden Wine, and we expect this one to be as close as any. Here's Sir Marius Jones over to Taylor.
Oh, he thought about it.
Oh, just coming off the bench. He wanted to pull that one. Here's Sir Marius Jones in the post. He'll rise up and fire one just long. He's been posting it more often as of late. That's been part of the reason his scoring average has been skyrocketing. There's Radovanovic looking to go to work down low on Minifield. Radovanovic goes up, and Sir Marius Jones clears the board.
Really good defense from Minifield again. He's going to let it fly now.
Minifield, a transition, three in rhythm, and he knocks it down. 4 for 4 from downtown for the Dragons. They're breathing fire.
And it's been even. Jones and Minifield.
Dennis from 3. That one's long. Mike Wilson snatches the rebound. Their second leading rebounder on the season. Long pass from Hearn, and that's the one he wished he could have back as McClanahan got back to pick it off.
Yeah, it was the right decision, not the right decision, from the elbow.
Lewis, jumper from the elbow is good. Elijah Lewis, that's his first bucket of the game. Quickly back, Minifield, kick at the lay-in to fall.
Came in a little bit too hot, too excited.
Game is opening up here, and that's good defense by Taylor as he takes the bump from Wilson, who got the chicken wing out there just a bit. And that's going to be an offensive foul on Vanden. That's the second, I think, on Justice Wilson.
I was about to check, but they subbed him out.
Or is that one? I thought he already had one up on the board. Maybe that's just his first foul. I could be mistaken. Only one team foul being shown on Vanden, so I was mistaken. My apologies.
It's okay, Matthew. We're all human.
So here's Minifield. Looking down low for Taylor, and that pass just a little too hot.
Yeah,
Marion Taylor.
Pass.
Yeah, you know, you have to rifle those in there, especially with the active hands of the Vanden Vikings, so I understand the thought there.
And it's good to have Minifield up top, just the court vision. I've seen that from Barksdale this season. Kendall Hearn was his size. He probably has the best court vision on the team.
McClanahan in the lane, kicks it to Jaden Robinson. Here's Lewis, who just got that last shot to fall. Now E.J. Rogers wants to attack, and he'll lay it in with the right hand. Rogers off the bench, asserts himself immediately.
Wow, E.J. Rogers really using every single inch of his wingspan, able to just inch closer and closer to the rim, and the right-hand scoop was good.
Kendall Hearn from 3, no good. Mike Wilson rebounds. Wilson goes back up. I think it was blocked partially, and it's off of Sacramento. It'll be Vanden basketball. Here's Robinson, defended by Hearn on the perimeter. Now they want to post Dennis. He wants to go right at Sir Marius Jones. He'll rise up over the top. Can't get it to go, but soaring in, it's McClanahan with the putback.
Wow, he really just had that lane. He took it. It was a good shot there from the first attempt. It was on target, but when you have guys for insurance able to get those second-hand chance points, that means everything.
No box out there from Sacramento. And Sir Marius Jones, he'll step inside the three-point line. Free throw line jumper, no good. Great contest there from Vanden. Pass up ahead, deflected by Taylor. You mentioned the wingspan, and we just saw it there. Taylor on the break. Goes right at the defender, no good. Hearn with it, momentarily lost it. Taylor's got to give that up to Hearn and let him finish in transition.
Yeah, it's just always good to give the extra pass. And we said earlier in the first game, everyone wants to get a bucket. And I can see why Taylor did it, but it's just smarter to make an extra pass.
Turnover. Here's Kendall Hearn in transition. Look out. And Kendall Hearn finishes with a flush.
Man, he brings the thunder. When he dunk, it's angry. And it really just lights up the gym. And I love it. I love watching this kid play.
It's the first 2-point field goal for the Dragons. Here's Robinson with it. in the corner. 3 on the way from Rogers. No good. Shamarius Jones can't control the rebound. Lewis out to McClanahan. 3 ball on the way. Can't get it to go. Tip in by Robinson. Here's to you, Mr. Robinson, as he gets the tip in. And it's back to a 3-point lead. So the Vikings survive the early barrage from the Dragons. It's 14-11. Timeout on the floor. 2:04 to play in the first quarter. We'll be back here on the NFHS Network from the Golden One Center. Back out of the timeout, just over 2 minutes to play. All right, you think this Vikings team is battle-tested? You know, that early barrage from Sacramento, some teams might have cracked under that sort of pressure, and the Vikings just fight back, and they're getting contributions up and down their lineup at the moment, and only a 3-point lead for the Dragons.
Yeah, battle-tested. This is no different. They won past 2 years. This year they have 2 wins over Campolindo and Weston Ranch. And, yeah, for an early barrage from Sacramento.
Minifield for 3, and he knocks down another one. Minifield can't miss. 9 points for Minifield. He only averages 6.6 on the season.
Yeah, I've never seen him take this many shots, let alone make them. He can definitely get a bucket, but not beyond the arc.
Robinson will try a 3. Can't get it to go. Taylor with a big rebound. Now DeMarion Taylor wants to push. Shamarius Jones lines up a triple. No good. Robinson rebounds. The Vikings pushing it right back. Robinson into the defense, and he is fouled. The shot goes. No signal for the basket counting, and they are going to count it. So it was a delayed signal from the official. He originally looked like he pointed at the ground.
Yeah. But maybe he pointed to. So that's a foul on DeMarion Taylor.
And I think that's what Coach Matt Johnson's saying to him. He originally pointed at the ground. And then after some conversation or the other officials kind of stepping in and asking him, he ends up saying, count the bucket. Oh, now they're going to overturn it. So the bucket is no good.
Wow, way to use your words, Coach Johnson.
Well, I think that's right. He's just saying that.
Yeah, he's just saying what happened.
They originally called on the ground, and you have to stick with that. So
yeah.
Now they're going to say on the ground. Still a tremendous finish and a great play by Robinson to attack like that. There's McClanahan. Now Lewis with it. Stolen by Minifield. Great anticipation there. Minifield on the break. Looking for Jones. Pass is deflected, but Wilson is there to corral it. Rebound fought for, and it's going to be off of Vanden, out of bounds. Stay with Sacramento.
It was really good defense there on the fast break. They tipped the pass.
Transition defense is tremendous, right? To avoid the layup there.
It ended up in Wilson's hands, and there's not much you can control. You're just trying to stop the play, basically. You're just trying to interrupt the pass because you don't know who's open. So it was really good pass.
Minifield into Hearn. Hearn in the post. Hearn rises up, and that shot rims out. Dennis secures the rebound, and back comes Justice Wilson. McClanahan now, he wants to attack. He goes baseline, reverses, blocked by Taylor. Hearn can't quite find the handle. It's controlled by Vanden. Now here comes Rogers, who glides in and lays it in.
Yeah, the way to take advantage of the loose ball. Wilson and Taylor were going at the ball at the same time, it looked like, and they took advantage in an easy, fast break.
Minifield floats it up, and he drops it in the bucket. Landon Minifield has 11.
The secret weapon. Coach Johnson has been preaching this kid.
It's not a secret anymore. He's balling out at the Golden One Center. Ten seconds left in the quarter. Shot clock turned off. 19-13. 3 seconds. Wilson, McClanahan, three on the way, long. 19-13 at the end of one. A huge first quarter from the Dragons, but the Vikings don't let it get too spread out as far as that score goes. It's a 6-point lead for the Dragons after one here, and Shabol Barksdale taking off his warm-up shirt. He'll be starting the second quarter, one would think, for the Sacramento Dragons. We'll check that out here at the Golden One Center on the NFHS Network. Back here for the second quarter, and Shabol Barksdale makes his first appearance on the Golden One Center floor. 9.8 points a game, over 11 rebounds, 3.1 blocks. And he's coming in with a 6-point lead for his Dragons starting the second quarter.
Yeah, Landon Minifield stepping up big time for the Dragons. All the attention's on Wilson and Hearn. You have to account for the other players on this team. There's a reason they're at this section championship.
Here's Hearn with it, being defended by Rogers. Good defensive possession here from the Vikings. Barksdale looked like he thought about it there. That's not really his game. Wilson rises up just beyond the foul line, no good. Shamarius Jones with the rebound. He'll go back up and put it in.
Coach Johnson was talking about how they've been using him in the paint more. And it's been really showing the success now in the championship game at Golden One.
Good communication there on defense as Barksdale and Shamarius Jones switch. 8-point lead for the Dragons. Here's Wilson. Robinson having himself a nice game so far. Radovanovic for three. In and out. Rebound. Karams to Hearn.
What I love about this matchup is Sacramento has unbelievable transition offense. Vanden has tremendous transition defense, so it's a clash of titans. Barksdale going to work.
Yeah, Barksdale on the feed from Hearn. Lays it up and in. It's now a 10-point lead. Here's Radovanovic, goes up, no good. Radovanovic again, no good. Barksdale snags the rebound with one hand.
Man, what a snag. Just putting it in his bread basket.
Here's Hearn, elbow jumper, got it.
Smart shot from Kendall Hearn. You had this space, so you got to take it now before they catch up.
The Dragons are clicking. It's 25-13 here at Golden One, and a timeout on the floor, a 30-second timeout. We'll stay right here with you, as we are glad to be here with you for this Sac Joaquin Section D3 Boys Basketball Championship on the NFHS Network. Once again, alongside my broadcast partner, Davis Brandy, I'm Matthew Bissett. Sacramento on top, 25-13, 6:25 to go in this first half. I mean, sometimes basketball is complicated, sometimes it's simple. Right now it feels like it's simple. The Sacramento Dragons have come out and they've just knocked down shots. And it's really as simple as that, building up this 12-point lead.
Yeah, and earlier we've been talking about how field goals have just been an issue. Just because it's Golden One Arena. The lights, a bigger court, and all that jazz. But right now they're 10 for 21. Compared to the rest of the games, that's significantly better.
5 for 7 from three. I mean, Shamarius Jones and Landon Minifield, these lights are not too bright for the two of them. There's Robinson. Back to Rogers. His three, good. And the Vikings needed that one. That's a big three there from E.J. Rogers.
Yeah, he's got 7 now, the leading scorer, leading the charge.
And that's going to be a palming or carry violation on Shamarius Jones. I think that's the right call there on the official, as Jones went with the little hezzy, but got that hand underneath the basketball. So back to a single-digit deficit after the E.J. Rogers 3. Vanden navigates this pressure being shown by Sacramento. That's a bump from Demarion Taylor. That's going to be his second foul. So now 2 on Taylor and 2 on Hamilton. This isn't the deepest team, the Dragons.
Yeah, you can't really afford foul trouble and again, you can't afford foul trouble on any of your starting players and anyone because you need anyone you can get. But yeah, now you have Taylor and Hamilton, 2 good defenders for you who can guard the 3 pretty well. It's not the best situation.
Trapped at midcourt, able to escape. Here's Rogers from deep. I think that would have been a long 2. Long rebound comes right back to Rogers. Pass to Dennis is tipped and stolen now by Jones. Good hands by the Dragons. If only we had an Allstate sponsorship. Barksdale to Hamilton. Hamilton wants to drive. Now he floated up. Can't get it to go. Robinson secures the rebound.
Great defense from McClanahan. Hamilton wanted to split through or even try to find Barksdale, but he was right there in his face.
Rogers. McClanahan lays it up and in. A good contest there from midfield, but just too good on the offensive end where the Vikings that time down.
Man, the give and go, Rogers, McClanahan, their court vision, their athleticism, and it's so smooth to watch.
Hearn will try one from deep. No good. McClanahan with the rebound.
Nice screen.
Here's Lewis rise up, and that's a teardrop if I've ever seen one. As Elijah Lewis drops it in the bucket, back down to a 5-point lead in the midst of a 6-0 run by the Vanden Vikings. Hamilton lost it, then stepped on the baseline. The hands escaped him there just a bit. Now Mike Wilson will check in.
Mike Wilson, we've said that his stat sheet goes on 14.7 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals.
He and Hearn both all-league performers, first-team all-league performers in the CAL.
Hearn also first team for football.
Rogers leaves that jumper short. Hearn with the rebound up ahead to Wilson. Here's Wilson on the break. He'll lay it up, and it's good.
Good contest. Like I said, great transition defense right there, but just really good composure from Mike Wilson.
Perfect transition basketball, too. What an outlet pass there from Hearn. McClanahan from 3. Long. Robinson with the rebound. Goes up, and he is fouled. I think it's going to be on Hearn.
Yeah, Kendall Hearn. That'll be foul number 2 for him.
No, I think they already put it up there. I think it's number 1 on Hearn. They just put it up on the board already.
Oh, they're just too fast
for my eyes. So Hearn, just his first foul. 5 team fouls on the Dragons. They have 1 more to give. Vanden, only 1 team foul so far in this first half.
Just under 4 minutes left, so.
And Robinson knocks down the first free throw. Second free throw good as well. Good start to this one from Robinson. He's been active since coming off the bench. 4 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist. Shabol Barksdale on the post, looking to go right at Dennis. Dennis with a block, but a foul. And this will send Shabol Barksdale to the line.
Personal foul, Vikings number 22. That's Edric Dennis, first personal, second.
It's a foul on Dennis.
Number 10, Shabol Barksdale at the line, 2 shots.
So now the big guy will go to the foul line, just a sophomore.
In their game against Christian Brothers, he was 9 for 10 on the free throw line, and that led their 3-point win to go to the semifinals. He's not known as a shooter. He's known as just the monster in the paint. But his composure in a tight game like that was truly remarkable.
Just averages a shade under a double-double a game as he's just shy of 10 points. He misses both those free throws.
I know, I jinxed him. Sorry.
27-22 now. These Vikings, despite the hot shooting of Sacramento, a chance to cut it to a 1-possession game here. Here's Lewis now. Lewis and Barksdale got a piece of that. Up ahead, Sirmarius Jones looking for Wilson. Wilson goes up.
Ooh.
Blocked, but then Hearn with the putback. What a tremendous block by McClanahan, but Hearn is right there to have his teammates back.
I know, we can't forget about the block. You know, he got rid of the first option. It says there's not much you can do when it comes to the second option. You can't much. There's not much you can ask from Sterling on that play. You just have to hope the rest will follow.
Now it's 29-22. The pass is deflected by Wilson, and that's going to stay with Vanden. 3:14 to play in the first half. Still 33 seconds to shoot after the foul. It's a shot clock reset. So the Dragons with no more fouls to give, any non-offensive foul the rest of the way, will be free throws for the Vikings.
And with 3 minutes left, that's quite a bit of time in the first half with how much momentum Vanden has in the second quarter.
Robinson over to Lewis. Lewis wants to attack Barksdale. Now in front, Rogers for three, and Rogers knocks down his second three of this first half. He's got 10 off that bench for Coach Holloway and the Vikings.
Man, yeah, 10 points, 2 of those were 3 balls.
Miscommunication and turnover. Here's Dennis with it over to Robinson. Rogers. Discipline, not just pulling. If they're knocking down 2, it'd be pretty tough to get me not to pull the third. Here's Rogers on the drive. Floater in the lane. No good. Rebound tapped out. McClanahan to Robinson. His 3 no good. McClanahan with another offensive rebound that ends up in the hands of Robinson. Lewis, aggressive take, no good, and that's going to be a foul.
Man, they really took advantage of the offensive possessions. They draw the foul. Felt like it's a little bit of a late call, but I'm not the ref. I can't tell them what to do.
If you're Coach Johnson, you're talking to Shabol Barksdale right now and saying, hey, man, they can't be getting 2-3 offensive rebounds on a trip when you're in the game. If this happened in the first quarter, okay, when you had to sit, but now that you're in the game, we need you to secure that defensive glass. Lewis misses the first free throw.
Well, yeah, that's just Barksdale's job. That's what he's known for, so you have to really live up to that in the most important game of your life right now.
Lewis' second free throw, no good. So the lack of defensive rebounding doesn't hurt the Dragons. And now here comes Hearn across midcourt.
I wish they would put our broadcast on the Jumbotron.
Minifield, 3, no good. Wilson with the rebound, goes up, and he is fouled. That's going to be on Jaden Robinson. And with the Dragons up by 4, Mike Wilson will go to the line. That's just Jaden Robinson's first foul, the third on the Vikings. But it will result in some free throws for Mike Wilson. Wilson's first free throw, and he softly rattles it home there. Wilson, 3 points, 3 rebounds, and an assist so far early in this one. Second free throw from Wilson is good.
And like we said, those free throws are important. And like you said earlier, Matthew, it can make and break this game because it's getting close.
Yeah, both teams shooting 50% from the foul line early on. Rogers loses it, kicks out to Lewis. Lewis looking cross court for McClanahan. McClanahan will go up for 3. No good. Barksdale can't get another rebound. Lewis with it. McClanahan goes up again, and Barksdale will grab that one. And then a turnover, or a near turnover, as McClanahan can't save it. And Coach Johnson wants a full timeout with 1:34 to go in the second quarter. We'll step away from the Golden One Center. We'll be right back here on the NFHS Network with more action from the Sac Joaquin Section D3 Boys Championship. Out of the timeout, I think Coach Matt Johnson didn't like the way The Dragons were being kind of careless and not securing the defensive rebound, and calls a timeout with his team up by 6. They've led by as many as 11 in this first half. But, boy, these Vikings, down 2 of their normal starters, Tyler Thompson and Hassan Huff. And Vikings aren't going away anytime soon, and I would never expect it, to be honest. They are just too well coached and too deep for that to happen.
Yeah, which is a prestige program. You can't get too comfortable. And Sacramento, yeah, it was a little bit loose, and Vanden took advantage of it, and now it's a lot closer than we thought it was going to be.
Hearn giving out instructions to his teammates. 10 seconds to shoot. Here's Barksdale from the elbow. No good. Lewis secures the rebound. 1 minute to play in this first half. Robinson with it on the wing. 2-3 zone look now from the Dragons. 15 seconds to shoot.
Yeah, really taking their time. Zone
Surprised
defense.
they're not going for a 2-for-1 here. Here's Rogers to McClanahan. McClanahan goes up and finishes over Barksdale. That's a tremendous finish there from McClanahan. 1 second difference between the shot and game clock.
They really caught them sleeping a bit. Super slow, and then all of a sudden McClanahan just came in jutting right through the key.
Dragons can basically hold for the last shot of this first half. Still 20 to shoot right now.
1 second difference, or maybe like 0.5 seconds, it looks like.
Let's see when Hearn starts to go. He'll get a screen from Barksdale with 8 to shoot. Now try to give it back to Barksdale. Barksdale controls it. Off the glass, no good. But a foul on Dennis. And that'll send Barksdale to the line. 2 free throws for Shabol Barksdale. He missed his first 2.
Yeah, he did miss his first 2, but he'll draw a foul, so you really need him to really redeem himself down in the paint when he's getting down and dirty. You got to make these easy points that you can get.
And now that's 2 on Dennis. Picks up with 4 seconds to go in the first half, and they'll get Dennis out of the game, make sure he doesn't pick up a third, as Barksdale now 0 for 3 at the foul line. Barksdale makes the second. So 1 for 4 from the foul line. It's a 7-point Dragons lead. Here's Robinson. Robinson, he'll rise up. It's good if it goes. Robinson knocks it down at the horn. A big bucket for Jaden Robinson. It'll cut the deficit to 4 going into the half.
That's how you want to end it. You want to end with a bang, so you have all the momentum, all the fire in halftime.
Yeah, the inbound, just getting it to half court was just too easy. The Dragons just kind of let him do it, and then Robinson gets the 3 off. 32-28 at the half. Dragons on top of Vikings. We'll be back for the second half of this D3 Sac Joaquin Section Boys Championship game on the NFHS Network from the Golden One Center in a few minutes. back here at Golden One Center as we get set for the second half to begin of this D3 Boys Championship game. I want to apologize. Before we went to the break, I announced the score was 32-28. On the scoreboard in front of us, they have the team totals, and they hadn't accredited McClanahan's 2 points as an individual, and so Vanden only had 28, but on the side scoreboard, they had it right the entire time. So it's 32-30 is the score. After that, Robinson 3. And so it's only a 2-point lead for the Dragons. And once again, alongside my broadcast partner, Davis Brandy, I'm Matthew Bissett. Davis, I mean, the early barrage from the Dragons. And I think if you're Sacramento, you'd like to be up by more right now, given how you shot early in this one. But it's a 2-point game going into the half.
Yeah, you can't really give Vanden, any hope, really. The Sacramento was not missing with Landon Minifield and Samarius Jones. Jones made 2. Landon Minifield made 3 balls. And so, that's when you knew, oh, boy, they're running away a bit. They just couldn't rebound, and there was just a lot of second chances that they gave up for Vanden, and sometimes even 3 or 4. There were a lot of offensive rebounds for Vanden, and I think that's what got them into a 2-point game today.
Yeah, Sacramento Minifield and Samarius Jones combined 5 of 7 from 3. Sacramento 5 of 9 overall. Fast break points favor Sacramento 9-0, but the bench points 17-3 in favor of Vanden. Here's Dennis for a 3 right out of the gates, and Vanden takes their first lead in the basketball game.
Man, the ball fake just basically shifted that whole right side of the zone defense, gave them that space, and yeah, now they have the lead.
And now it's steal. Lewis stole it. Here comes McClanahan on the break, and it's rejected by Mike Wilson.
I'll take a picture and replace the Jordan logo with that one.
Barksdale pretty far out on the floor as he's defending Lewis. Pass down low. Nice steal from Hearn. Great hands there by Kendall. Here come the Dragons. Samarius Jones with the floater in the lane, and it's good. The sophomore continues to shine bright. He's now got double digits.
And that's been his bread and butter in the postseason. It was a really good look off to Minifield that gave him that space, anticipating the pass, and he had the easy teardrop that he's been making all postseason.
McClanahan wants to give it over to Rogers. Rogers had the hot hand in the first half for Vanden. He knocked down a couple threes. Dennis now goes over Mike Wilson, who goes straight up. Can't get it to go. Robinson's putback no good. Wilson trying to rip it away. It's going to be a jump ball. It'll stay with Sacramento.
What a battle from Robinson, though, just going after the ball once again. And that's what got them the lead, basically, was just still in the paint, just going after the ball time and time again. And they're just being really aggressive right now.
Sacramento led by as many as 12. They led for 15 minutes and 40 seconds in that first half. Minifield with the floater in the lane, no good. He's had his offensive game going. And he only averages 6.5 points a game. He's at 11, and he'll go to the line for 2 free throws.
Yeah, Landon coming off the bench, but gotten a lot more playing time today compared to the rest of the season. And he's proven why he's getting the minutes. He's producing right now for them.
Minifield misses the first free throw. It's a 1-point lead for Sacramento. Turnover battle, Sacramento 7, Vanden 4 in the first half. And Minifield knocks down the second free throw. It's the offensive rebounds where Vanden has really been better. They have 11 offensive rebounds to the 6 from Sacramento.
And that's what's led to more points off of second chances.
Here's Lewis.
They've had 8 points from the second chance.
Now Dennis wants to go at Samarius Jones. Samarius Jones rises up, contests. Great contest there from Samarius Jones. He's given up some size to Dennis, but that's been the matchup all day. Hearn in the corner for 3. Can't get it to go. Robinson, long rebound. The Vikings are running. He has McClanahan with him. Drops it off to McClanahan, who lays it in. Man. Perfect fast break basketball, and we're all tied up at 35. Now near turnover, and now it will be turned over. Robinson with it. Robinson right at Mike Wilson. Lays it up. No good. Wilson secures the rebound, and it's going to be an injury timeout as E.J. Rogers was down in some pain.
Man, what a flurry of basketball that was. It was a really smart bounce pass for the Vanden score instead of a chest pass for Samarius Jones to pick it off. So it was a really good, smart pass there to get the easy score to tie it up again. And then just a lot of, both teams just got to take care of the ball.
There's Hearn with it now. Still trying to find his scoring touch in this game. 6 points, but not the best shooting performance so far for Kendall Hearn. Minifield backdoor cut. Sirmarius Jones off the glass and good. It's the Minifield and Jones show here at the Golden One Center for the Dragons.
Man, if the off-ball movement is clicking for Sacramento, that's their best brand of basketball, and you see it right there, ladies and gentlemen.
Rogers. And Lewis outside, being patient. They're trying to get the ball on the post to Dennis. Dennis being defended by Jones. Dennis goes up. There's a shot blocked up top, but they're going to get a foul on Sirmarius Jones.
And that's the matchup you want if you're Dennis. You know, even though Barksdale was kind of watching, he wasn't involved really, and so you take advantage of that. Even though you don't get the field goal, you have a chance to make it up in free throws.
It's just a surprising matchup. Jones listed at 6'3", Dennis 6'7", and it hasn't been switches. They've been putting Sirmarius Jones on Edric Dennis, and Dennis misses the first free throw. 3 points in the game, 2 rebounds so far for Dennis. Second free throw is good.
Folsom girls basketball arriving to Golden One.
Here's Mike Wilson on the drive. Mike Wilson double clutch in the lane, and he puts it in with his offhand, the right hand. He's got 6.
Man, don't do it to him, Mike. He off the screen, moving around, and then has a lane, the shot through, and the right-hand scoop was good.
Here's Robinson. Out to Dennis. Now McClanahan with Hearn guarding him. Vanden continues to be so patient on offense. Tried a little pick and roll there. Almost turned over. Then McClanahan finds it, and he drops a little teardrop in the bucket.
Yeah, like you said, they're very patient, but once they have their shot, they attack, and they do not stop, and they're able to get it to fall as well.
Hearn with the drive, no good, and McClanahan wants to push. McClanahan right at Jones, and that's going to be a foul on Sirmarius Jones. That is his second. So he had no fouls in that first half, and now he's picked up 2 quick ones on the last few possessions. 39-38. Dragons maintaining a slight edge in this one. McClanahan wants to get in quick, and he'll get into Dennis. Dennis right at Jones. Shot is rejected by Barksdale.
Get out of there, man. Wow. And I was about to say, they can't, I don't know if Jones is the right guy, but Barksdale was right there to help.
Yeah, Jones has been doing a great job. You just worry about him picking up his 3rd foul right now.
Yeah.
Here's Dennis now again. Dennis goes up. Rejected by Barksdale yet again. He averages over 3 a game. And now another block, but a foul. And this is big. Is it going to be on Jones or Barksdale? It's going to be on Barksdale.
And they missed the bullet on they dodged the bullet on that one.
Yeah, and that's the second on Barksdale. Jones playing with 2. Only 2 players on the floor right now with multiple fouls for the Dragons. And now Dennis at the line. First free throw rolls off.
Yeah, Barksdale, the first quarter really helped out when it comes to foul trouble because Barksdale, that's been an issue, and that's just his nature. He's a big man. It's easier to draw a foul with his frame and his size than his just defensive ability.
Dennis' second free throw, good. We're all tied up at 39. And Mike Wilson controls the ball. He'll bring it across the timeline. Vanden stretching their rebound advantage to 8 over Sacramento. Hearn with the drive. Can't get the shot to go. He is fouled, though, and see Barksdale and Wilson hustling over to help him up, and it was mainly Wilson who came screaming across the court, and that's that leadership you want from your senior. When your guys go down, make sure you pick them up.
Yeah, and that it really just shows. That's been Wilson all year, just the maturity, the composure, and just the leadership, just how he's running the floor basically with these guys, and it's really remarkable to see a senior like Wilson. It's really special.
And Matt Johnson, you know, you talk raves about Mike Wilson. Mike Wilson's actually dating Matt Johnson's daughter, and that's just a tremendous relationship there between those 2 players, or that player and coach, I should say. Hearn splits the pair of free throws. Back to a 1-point edge. Back and forth we go here in the Golden One Center. Pass to Jaden Robinson, nearly stolen. Good anticipation there from Minifield. Now Rogers to McClanahan. Rogers had the hot hand in the first half. In the second half, he continues. Rogers with a 3. He's got 13.
And that's his third 3-ball of the day. He's only missed one. He's 75% beyond the arc. And you got to keep taking those shots if he gets the chance.
Here's Minifield with it. Picks up his dribble. Now Mike Wilson. Mike Wilson, step back three. Can't get it to go, and they got a player running. Oh, Vanden didn't find him. Here's Robinson. 2-point lead for the Vikings and the ball. 3 on the way, and Rogers can't miss. He's got 16 to lead all scorers, and the Vikings on top by 5. Their largest lead of the contest.
Yeah, you said it. Back-to-back threes give them the largest of the game. And the momentum's definitely on their side. You have the crowd alive again. They're loud.
Oh, and Mike Wilson tried to go around the back as he received the pass, and it's another turnover. Vikings with all the momentum. Robinson on the break. McClanahan steps back, 3-ball. Long rebound. Karam's out. Barksdale with it. Barksdale on the break, and he'll slam it down with a left hand. Bull Barksdale trying to seize some of that momentum back for the Dragons.
This just went coast to coast. He scooped it up, and there was a man in front of him, and it didn't matter.
Here's Dennis. Jones playing with the 2 fouls. Dennis goes inside and lays it up and in. Great job exploiting that matchup. They know Jones has to be careful. Jones done a nice job on him, but now with the 2 fouls, he doesn't want to pick up number 3. Minifield down to Barksdale, and it's knocked out of bounds, or I'd say it's off of Barksdale.
Really good defense from him. Vanden right there.
Defense picking up for the Vikings. They didn't pressure as much, and sometimes early in these games you'll see the feeling out process for these teams, but right now the Vikings are showing why they're back-to-back section champions. Robinson, pass nearly picked off. It'll be controlled by Lewis. Elijah Lewis, 4 points in the game, over to Rogers. Now Robinson will try a corner 3. Can't get it to go. McClanahan just tried to force Golden One Center into renovation. Now here's Kendall Hearn, and he'll just lay it in with ease on the break.
Super smart. You have dunks. You know, Barksdale got one. A lot of people are trying to attempt him, but you need the bucket.
Here's McClanahan. Barksdale with a rejection. Mike Wilson on the break. Loses it. Wilson gains it back, throws it off of Robinson, and it'll be out of bounds as Robinson was on the sideline.
Wow, really smart IQ there.
The game is certainly opening up right now. It's a 3-point lead for the Vikings. Shot clock reset. I'm not sure it should have. Doesn't seem like there's too much protest from either coach.
Yeah. Get a little bit more height from Luka.
Radovanovic comes back in. He hasn't seen much time at all, especially in the second half here. He had the first bucket of the game for Vanden in that first quarter. That's his only 2 points of the game. Now, an inbound pass from Wilson, and Barksdale just kind of let Radovanovic push him out.
Yeah, you can't really assume that there's going to be another guy there. You know, you just have to go for the ball if it's towards you, whether or not there's someone else. You have the reach. You can probably get to it first if you're Barksdale.
Here's Hamilton defending the basketball. Lewis out top. Vikings on top by 3, looking for more. That's going to be a moving screen. Radovanovic. It's only his first foul. He wasn't on the bench with foul trouble, but that's going to be a turnover back to Sacramento. 4th team foul in the second half for Vanden. Or excuse me, 3rd team foul.
Yeah, in a close stuff like this, a moving screen type of foul you just can't really afford it right now. First quarter fine, but right now you got to clamp up.
Hearn delays, lays it up, no good. Barksdale taps the rebound out, controlled by Taylor. Taylor will get it in the hands of Mike Wilson. Shot clock turned off. Dragons can hold for the last shot of this third quarter. It's been a strong quarter, a strong end to the second by Vanden, and now a strong third for the Vikings. The 5-second count has started. They got to move the ball. 11 seconds. Now here's Hearn with it. 10 seconds to shoot.
Who's going to get the last shot?
Taylor surveys. Back to Wilson. He'll rise up from deep. Wilson can't get it to go. Rebound controlled by Vanden, and that'll do it for the third quarter. 47-44 at the end of 3. The Vikings looking poised right now. The Dragons are looking for answers. We'll be back here on the NFHS Network for the final 8 minutes from the Golden One Center in this D3 Sac Joaquin section boys championship game. Here at Golden One Center, 8 minutes on the clock to crown a section champion. Vanden trying to go for 3 straight. They just saw their girls win. Last year, they pulled off the double dip, as we're calling it. This year, Vanden trying to do the same, but the Dragons have other thoughts. The Dragons shooting has calmed down quite a bit. They had 5 threes early in the game, and they still set up 5 made threes, but they really haven't been attempting many more, Davis. Only 5 of 11 in the game for Sacramento.
Yeah, I feel like it's been a little bit of struggle. Samiris Jones he has 3 fouls, so I think that's what, picked off.
A steal by Taylor and Hearn with the drop in the bucket as he slams it down.
Out the gun, that's how you want to start the fourth quarter. You get a boom from Kendall Hearn.
And a turnover as they try to go over the top. Great job by Barksdale to seal it off. I was so thrown off by that Hearn dunk. It was the least violent dunk I've seen from him on the year. Usually he tries to dunk through the rim. That time he just wanted to make sure he got the deuce, it seemed.
Yeah, I think just because of the stakes, and I feel like he's trying to be safe. Which
you love it though, right? You know, get the deuce
points.
is more important than anything else. 1 point lead for the Vikings. Wilson crosses over, floater in the lane, back iron. Dennis rebounds.
Really smart. He got this separation. His shot has just been struggling to fall for Mike Wilson. This is the quarter to get that to fall, though. Can he do it?
Here's Lewis. In the corner, McClanahan. McClanahan drives baseline, floats, no good. Robinson put back is good.
And again, the second chance has been clicking, and that's what's kept Vanden in the game, and that's what got them the lead.
Jaden Robinson, 9 points and 10 rebounds in the game. Big minutes off the bench for the Vikings. Cross court, Mike Wilson in the corner. He'll line up a 3, and he knocks it down. We're all tied at 49. That's Wilson's first triple of the game.
Like I said, you need your captain, you need your leader, you need your leading scorer to get his shot going.
Here's Lewis. He'll pull up from 17. Back iron, no good. Barksdale snags the rebound.
I feel like that's the only way he rebounds tonight.
49 all. 6:12 to play in this game. Hearn wants to drive towards the middle. Good defense by Robinson. Hearn takes a bump, finishes in the foul. The strength there just to get that up on the rim, and then the touch to drop it in the bucket.
Uh-oh, the guards are clicking. It's getting scary. You better watch out.
They call each other twin. They have similar hairstyles, similar builds. And Hearn and Mike Wilson making plays. Those are their two first-team all-league performers. And right now they're making plays for the Dragons here at Golden One. Hearn, no good on the free throw. Remains a 2-point edge for the Dragons. Vikings looking to answer. There's a drive by Lewis. In the lane, no good. Barksdale, another rebound. Up ahead to Hearn. One-on-one with Robinson. Hearn, Euro step, floats. Good!
The composure with the man just in your face, pressing up against you. You wanted a fast break dunk. You had to slow it down. And Hearn just able to keep his composure and get the shot to fall.
Barksdale, not just the defensive rebound, but the outlet pass as well. Tremendous job by Chabot. 4-point lead, Sacramento. Under 5:30 to play. Minifield nearly comes up with a steal. Bodies on the deck. Wilson with it. And a timeout, Sacramento. And Wilson, as he had the ball on the ground, and of course, it's going to be Mike Wilson hitting the deck to secure the loose ball as Barksdale puts his arm around his teammate and Minifield. It's a 30-second timeout, Coach Johnson. But it looked like Wilson was almost looking over at Matt Johnson to see if he was calling a timeout. He's like, I got the ball. Call a timeout, Coach.
Yeah, Coach Johnson knows that. He was in that spot before. He's been in that place as a player, and he's a coach of a section finalist team for a reason. So he's able to make that call, and they were able to do that in their win against Christian Brothers. He got the timeout, and then they full court pass to Barksdale, called the timeout again, so they were able to get on the other side for a shot, so they didn't have to go full court usually.
Minifield to inbound. Sacramento on top in the midst of a 7-0 run are the Dragons. They had an 8-0 run in that first half. Chance to top that here. Here's Hearn.
The biggest lead was 12, and that was with 7 minutes left.
Minifield rises up from the elbow, can't get it to go. Wilson tries to tip it in. He's fouled. That's going to be a shooting foul. It'll send Mike Wilson to the line. 5th team foul on Vanden. It's Elijah Lewis. That's only his first. The shooting foul will send Wilson to the line.
With 5 minutes left, you have 5 fouls. You have 2 to give. That's still a decent amount of time. It could be dangerous.
Wilson was 2 for 2 from the foul line in that first half. Just his second trip to the line here. Not sure what the conversation is. The question of whether or not it's a shooting foul. Wilson was certainly going for the tip.
As a reminder, folks, at the end of the game, we'll be having an awards presentation for all the players.
53-49. Sacramento's really started to narrow the rebounding gap. And they're going to say, no, it's not a shooting foul. Baseline out of bounds for the Dragons. Interesting to overrule that there. I don't know at what point the foul has to happen in order for a tip-in for it to be ruled a shooting foul. Hearn with the inbound, and he'll lay it up and in. Dragons get their deuce either way.
Yeah, free throws or not, they're going to find a way to get the points, and really smart play there. You have the man with unbelievable hots in Kendall Hearn. Jump up and get it.
Coach Michael Holloway giving out the signal to his guys. His daughter played for Vanden in the championship game, scored 10 in that game. Tremendous coach he is. Lewis with the floater in the lane, no good. Barksdale another rebound, gets it away before he travels. Minifield on the break. Minifield goes up, and he is fouled by Lewis. The Dragons, I want to say the Kings because their jerseys look like Kings jerseys. And we're at Golden 1, but the Dragons go end to end as good as any team you're going to see.
And Minifield having one of the best first halves I've seen him play. Went a little bit quiet, a little bit of foul trouble in the first half a little bit. But now he's on the free throw line. And I've said it before, Coach Johnson, that's his secret weapon. And he's able to break these little runs.
So Minifield misses the first. He was at the free throw line a few moments ago, and he split a pair of free throws. That time he was able to knock down the second. Let's see if he can repeat that. 6-point lead for Sacramento. 4:33 to play in the game here at Golden 1. Which team is going to hoist the blue banner as now Dragons are on top by 7. As we approach the clutch moments of this game. McClanahan drives, kicks Robinson with a 3. No good. McClanahan with the long rebound. Doesn't secure it cleanly, and Vanden kind of struggling with it out there. And a timeout. Coach Holloway all over it. And it's going to be a 30-second timeout. We'll stay right here with you on the NFHS network. And now they're saying it's going to be a full timeout. So actually, we'll step away with 4:14 to play in the game. We got that sorted out here at the Golden 1 Center in the Sac Joaquin Section D3 Boys Championship game between Sacramento and Vanden. You do not want to miss the rest of this one. out of the timeout by Vanden. Still 30 seconds to shoot after the offensive rebound.
And Sakai, they got their mojo back. It looks like Vanden, they were very patient. They were taking their shots really smart, and they were making them, taking advantage of rebounds. Sacramento getting their life back with Wilson and Hearn getting their shots to fall.
Here's Dennis at the elbow, defended by Barksdale. Oh, and that pass just off the mark from Lewis, looking for McClanahan. It's a turnover as it made its way to the Vanden bench. Wilson, little dribble handoff under 4 minutes to play now. Excuse me. Here's Jones. He'll drive baseline. Jones floats it up. No good. Rebound. Barksdale almost came down with it, and then Robinson with another rebound. He's got 11 in the game. 1 point away from a double-double. Robinson lays it up. Wilson rebounds.
Great defense so far. Good shots.
Sack running back. NBA three. Sirmarius Jones. No good. They had some numbers. I think you probably want him to push that ball to the hoop there if you're Coach Matt Johnson. Here's Lewis. Now with 3 minutes to play in the game. Barksdale with a near steal. McClanahan controls. 12 to shoot. McClanahan with the left. No good. Dennis rebounds. Put back. No good once, but he puts it back twice. It's good in the foul.
Yeah, too many guys swarming after McClanahan. That left about two other guys open. They were able to come in, follow a shot, and get the bucket.
And they got a technical on Hearn as well. So Hearn continued the conversation with the official too long, and they teed him up.
Yeah, I was right. I was like, I don't think it was his play because he did jump high and early, but I guess it was after. So not the best situation.
So now it'll be one free throw for Dennis on the N one. Then the Vikings can choose any shooter to shoot the two technical free throws, and then they'll get the ball.
Who do you want to shoot the free throws for Vanden? If you're Vanden, who's shooting those?
I don't know their free throw percentages throughout the year, but Rogers had the hot hand. But McClanahan, the senior, he's stepping up to the line. Hasn't had the best shooting night. Is sitting at 10 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and this is your guy right here, Sterling McClanahan. 2 pressure-packed free throws after he just saw Dennis knock down one, and McClanahan knocks down the first.
Yeah, McClanahan having 11 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, a block, a steal.
And another one from McClanahan. So 3 for 3 from the line for the two Vikings, and it's a 5-point possession already. And they get the basketball back. So what was a 7-point lead has all but disappeared in one possession here for the Dragons.
Yeah, and now Vanden has a chance to tie it up or regain the lead if you have Rogers open on the 3-ball.
There's McClanahan, knocked away by Barksdale, but controlled again by McClanahan. Looking for Dennis in the post. He's got Barksdale on him. Dennis, McClanahan drives the lane. McClanahan with the right hand, and we're all tied at 56. It's a 7-point possession for the Vikings.
How can you not be romantic about basketball? The cut, the drive, and the acrobatics in the air, composure, and the shot. I love it.
Minifield out to Jones. Jones will rise up, NBA range. Good!
That's how you answer back.
And Sirmarius Jones with a 3 and crumpets. 59-56, under 2 minutes to play before a champion is crowned. McClanahan on the drive, kicks to Rogers. Back to McClanahan, his 3, short. Barksdale rebounds, and now it's over to Hearn. 90 seconds to play in this contest.
Man, you think someone has the momentum, and it snaps right back due to one shot. Whether it's McClanahan or it's Sirmarius Jones from his crumpets.
A lot of stick-to-itiveness here from both these teams. 1:25 to play in the game. 3-point lead for the Dragons. Full timeout on the floor. We'll be right back here from Golden One. back out of the timeout. Dragons with the lead and the basketball. Trying to win their 8th section championship in the school's history. Vanden is going for 10. They would be up there with rare company if they secure their 10th championship in the history of the program.
Yeah, Vanden trying to go 3 in a row. Sacramento hasn't won since 2016. Last time they won a D3 was 2011.
Here's Hearn. 8 seconds to shoot, just over a minute to play. Hearn hesitates in the corner. Minifield, his 3, and he got it! Minifield started hot. He continues hot.
You think they're going to do the pick and roll with Barca, instead they kick it out of nowhere. Minifield.
Lewis loses it. Hearn on the break. Hearn takes the foul, and then he slams it home. The bucket will not count.
I wonder who it's on.
It's on Jaden Robinson, but I'm wondering if they're going to get a intentional foul here. I think that's what Coach Matt Johnson wants, but they're just going to say it's a 1-and-1.
Because they got him as soon as he stole it, as soon as he started breaking away.
Oh, it definitely wasn't a shooting foul. Absolutely
Yeah.
not. Absolutely not. The only argument you could possibly have there is a possible intentional foul, but I thought personally Robinson made a play on the basketball. And it's a 1-and-1, so now his first free throw, pressure packed, and he misses it. Mike Wilson with a rebound.
Took on 4 dudes.
Wilson across to Jones. It's stolen by Rogers. Rogers on the break. Rogers goes right at Minifield. No good, but there is a foul, and that'll send E.J. Rogers to the line.
That's a risky pass to go cross court with 40 seconds left. Yeah, he might be open, but you're throwing it into no man's land. You don't know who's sitting and camping for that.
That's a long pass without much mustard on it, too, because he couldn't really step into the pass.
It was quick.
So now 2 free throws here for Rogers, leading scorer for Vanden in the game at 16 points. And he's had the hot hand since he came off the bench in this one, and that hot hand continues. Drops the free throw. Now 17 points in the game, tied for the leading scorer in the contest with Kendall Hearn.
Yeah, Rogers, it's been the 3-ball. He just comes out of nowhere. He'll have the hot hand, and they ride him for a bit.
Second free throw is good, and here's Hearn with it. Up ahead, Sir Marius Jones. Jones will go in, lays it up and in. Sir Marius Jones with the bucket, and it's back to a 6-point lead.
Super smart. You don't come in hot. And
3-ball by Dennis, no good. Rebound, Rogers puts it back, and he's fouled. That's number 4 on Hearn, and a chance at a 3-point play.
Man, when you need your leading scorer to deliver, he's going to deliver. He's been hyped up the whole game, clapping, energy up. There's never been a bad moment for Rogers, at least morale-wise.
First free throw from Rogers is good, or the only free throw, I should say. 3-point play, cuts it back to a 3-point lead. Timeout Vanden with 17.4 to play in this game. The score is 64-61. We're not going to step away. We're going to stay right here with you on the NFHS Network. Dragons and Vikings giving us what, I mean, this has got to be the game of the weekend here at Golden One. And I think a lot of people anticipated that. You see the fans start to fill up. I've seen some Modesto Christian fans. So people are starting to fill in here. We got Folsom and St. Mary's up next. There's a lot of big games still to happen, but this was one that was highly anticipated by many.
Yeah, in Division III, you can't underestimate. Yes, it's Division I, of course. It's going to be a show. It's the best of the best. But Division III, there's still some. I feel like there's an argument that Vanden, should have made an argument for being D2, from winning the past 2. But yeah, Sacramento, it's really been an exciting show for at least for us to cover, and we've seen their journey basically. And yeah, there's been some really good ones. Winning Granite Bay was a good one, D2 yesterday. Earlier this morning, Bret Hart and Valley Christian had a great game for girls basketball. There's been some definitely close ones, but this one has been neck and neck all night long. And that's what makes a game of the night for me.
Big plays, big shots, Fantastic contest. Now, who do you want to get the ball in the hands to? Shoot a 1-and-1 here as you're potentially going to get fouled. Here's Hearn over to Barksdale, and Barksdale will go up and lay it in. It's a 5-point lead, 10 seconds to play. Rogers out top. Lewis, he'll rise up from deep. No good. Rebound, Dennis. 1 second. The final horn sounds. Matt Johnson was once a Dragon, now a father of dragons, and year one is a golden one.
Congratulations to Sacramento Dragons as they prevail for the Division III championship. We'll have an awards presentation coming up.
Matt Johnson won one as a player, and now he wins one as a coach. Unbelievable season from the Dragons as they are Sac Joaquin Section Division III boys basketball champions. It's their 8th section championship in the history of this Dragons program. It's crazy how things come full circle. We got to see Coach Swafford, who was Matt Johnson's high school coach earlier today with Fortune Early, and now Johnson is coaching the Dragons to a section title. Unreal performance. 17 points from Jones and Hearn, 16 from Minifield. The Vikings come up just short of the three-peat.
Yeah, and they're definitely a good team. You cannot write it any better. The school that was in desperate need, and also about a few days ago, Coach Johnson was like, he posted a memory about him predicting basically of what he could do for Sacramento High School, and now it's just coming to life. And just after year one, it's a golden one. Like, you can't write it any better. This is a literal movie script. It's unbelievable what Coach Johnson has been able to do with these boys, and just how involved the involvement and how passionate Coach Johnson is with these boys. It has to mean something. You have to care. If you don't care, you're not going to be here.
Unbelievable performance from the Dragons. And looking over at the other side, these Vanden Vikings, they're not going away anytime soon. They were shorthanded tonight, and just what a tremendous performance by this Vanden team. Just so well coached and deep. Coach Holloway has done a fantastic job with all these players for the Vanden Vikings. 66-61 is the final. The Dragons prevail. Again, 8-time section championship, 8-time section champion for the school in their history. Here's Mike Wilson coming out. Matt Johnson in his first year with the program leading the way. 17 points for Hearn and Jones. Minifield with 16. He was tremendous from start to finish. That'll do it for our coverage. The Dragons get another banner for the Sacramento High School. For our videographer, Roland Fields Jr., our producer extraordinaire, Kevin Smith, my broadcast partner, Davis Brandy, I'm Matthew Bassett, saying good night from Golden One.